Zombies, man, they creep me out. Yeah, they do. Zombies, without question, are the scariest monsters that any living person could ever encounter. I mean, these things, they have no emotions. They are constantly trying to get to you so they can eat you alive. And there is really nothing much you can do, especially if you get scratched or bitten. You're gonna become like them, and that is a fate worse than death. Actually, let me rephrase that. That is a fate worse than being eaten alive. No, actually, I think that's not actually bad. I mean, being eaten alive, I think that's worse. Hell, even the CDC actually have a plan on what would happen if a zombie epidemic happened. Shows how, people say that zombies are not real, but those people, they believe that it can happen. And it could. But I'm not going to be talking about that. I'm actually going to be talking about my top 5, read title. And, well, just giving you guys my opinion about what I thought about them. The Walking Dead is not going to be included in this, even though it is an awesome show. It's not going to be included in this because this is involving movies, not TV shows. And let's face it, if The Walking Dead was involved here, it'd be number 1. It'd be number 1. Let's start out with number 5, shall we? It is The Land of the Dead. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like that movie, but I didn't mind it at all, especially the zombies. I mean, these things actually started to get smart. I mean, zombies in the past, we've seen how they're dumb and they're not actually, the smartest creatures in the world, even though they are, in numbers, they are pretty scary. But in this one, they are smart and they are scary. And they can even use freaking weapons. That's a bad combination to have. I mean, these zombies started to use guns. They started to use butcher knives. They started even using tools, anything, just to get to the people. And that is what I love about this movie. The other characters, fuck them. The zombies are the stars in this movie. They are the stars, okay? The people, they're trying to kill one another, trying to get money. I'm still surprised money is still around during a zombie apocalypse. Fuck money. Fuck it all. Zombies don't give a shit about money. And you shouldn't either. Especially during a zombie apocalypse. Fuck the money, okay? Lives are more important than money. And these zombies, they care about each other. So much that they would travel so far. They cross a river and they would fight an army of humans for their brethren. Well done, zombies. Well done. Number 4. World War Z. Yes, I know, not exactly like from the book. For a lot of people who have read the book, it's definitely not like it. For those who haven't read it, it pretty much involves a reporter traveling around the world, speaking to survivors after the zombie apocalypse, and just get a background of what they went through. This one, not much. Brad Pitt just travels around the world and tries to find a cure for the zombie outbreak. Although I have to say, the zombies in this movie are pretty scary. I mean, even though it's kind of dumb how they just bite you, they don't eat you alive, they just bite you and you just turn, and how they don't go after the terminally ill people. I guess that explains why Rick wasn't able to survive and why they didn't go into his hospital room. But, I mean, these things are pretty scary. I mean, they start piling on each other just to get over this large wall in Jerusalem, just to get to the people. I mean, can you imagine them doing that? Especially if they started, trying to work together to break down a huge, large door just to get to the people. That shows dedication. The virus in them. It wants to spread, and nothing's gonna stop them. Not even a freaking high wall. That is awesome. Brad Pitt in this movie, I won't lie, he was not that bad. Although I really was expecting him to be like from the book. But other than that, the zombies in this movie were cool. Brad Pitt, survived everything, including a plane crash. What was it going to take to kill this guy? He even infected himself with a virus and he still survived. Wow. That's impressive. There is no killing this guy. Okay, number 3, Dawn of the Dead. Like from World War Z, Dawn of the Dead, the remake, the 2004 remake, I think it was 2004. These zombies are not slow. They're fast. They can run fast. They can, you know, jump. They can actually. This is actually one of the coolest scenes I just saw. Is where they're inside an indoor garage, and it's dark. They can't see what's going on, and even with the flashlights, a zombie is seen holding onto a pipe, just pretty much just going around and above them. They do not see the zombie until it comes down and attacks one of their friends. That is cool. That is just wow. Imagine trying to look for the zombie and it turns out it's right above you and it just comes down and bites you and tries to eat you alive. That's scary. I hate some of these characters. One of them is the girl who actually was stupid enough to get in a truck and go into a building just to save her dog, which we saw the zombies had no interest in. They were not going after it, but she still was stupid enough to go for it because she thought that the dog was going to get eaten. What a freaking moron. Wow. One of the other characters I did like was the same actor who plays Phil in Modern Family. I don't know his name. Sorry, but I liked him in this movie. He was an asshole in this movie, but he was pretty cool asshole. And it's very different from Modern Family, but hey, it was before you went to Modern Family. One other thing I liked about this movie is the ending. How they thought they could survive getting on a boat and then going to an island thinking that there's no zombies. As soon as they arrived, what did they see? A horde of zombies coming after them. And then Down with the Sickness starts to play and we see what happens to them. Yep. They end up being killed. Nice plan, huh? Should have gone up north when they had the chance. Number 2, Zombieland. I'm reading the list off my phones. I'm trying to keep whatever. Zombieland, not exactly a horror movie. It's more like a horror comedy, but it's still not bad. I like this movie. It's funny. I didn't like the main character. The main character, guy who's narrating and telling them the rules about how to survive a zombie apocalypse. I didn't like that at all. But I liked the opening, which was pretty cool. Metallica playing the song. We're seeing a montage of what's been going on during the zombie apocalypse. And the kid's friend is this badass zombie killer. Just drives around a Hummer and is a Bill Murray fan. I like Bill Murray. He showed up in this movie. It was awesome. I liked it and how he tells them how he survived. That's my goal now. Zombie apocalypse happens. I'm gonna go up to see Bill Murray. We're gonna dress up as zombies. And we're just going to hang out, watch Ghostbusters, and then we'll head up north to Canada. Because that's the only safest place I can think of during the zombie apocalypse. But, what else? Ah, yes. I liked when they were fighting in that amusement park. That was a pretty cool scene. Especially how the girls were stuck on a ride, and they had to shoot the zombies while they were stuck on the ride. And these things, they were climbing up there. They were climbing up there just to get their food. This shows dedication. I mean, from going up against an army of humans, from climbing over a large wall, or even breaking into a mall, zombies are, stubborn, dedicated bastards, and they will do whatever it takes to get their meal. Very hard workers. I like that. But it's not my number 1 choice. Zombieland is a pretty good, funny movie, but it's not my number 1, and there's a reason why. Because this one is the one, in my view, that really started the whole zombie thing. Because in the past, there were other zombie movies, but not as good as this one. This one, in my opinion, was the best zombie movie that they could start off. And after that, we had more awesome zombie movies. Night of the Living Dead, the original one, by George Romero. This was my favorite. This is my favorite. Because I know the zombies are not fast in this movie. They're not, scary looking. But, they are dangerous. I mean, these things, they may be slow, but there's so many of them. And once there is numbers against you, you're pretty much fucked. And I found it funny how these people, they could have escaped when they had the chance. They could have run for it or could have at least gone to a car and escaped. But instead, they decided to stay in the house, board it up, and wait for help to come. All the while the zombies are coming after them, they don't have a lot of food, they don't have a lot of weapons, they just boarded up the house thinking that they're safe. Bull. We've seen what happens when people try to, stay in a house thinking the zombies are not going to get them. We've seen what happens. Doesn't always turn out well. And it's very scary. I mean, can you imagine being stuck in your house with little food, little weapons, and the zombies are banging on your door trying to get to you? And even if you do try to escape, there's so many of them that you could end up being scratched or bitten, and you could turn into one of them. That is scary. The ending was different from the remake that they made, but I like the original. It was pretty good, but kind of surprised that they only had. Well, I'm not gonna go there. George Romero's Night of the Living Dead is my #1 pick, and I love this movie, and I'm glad that it is still as good as it was back then. If you guys had a different opinion of a zombie movie, if you think it was better than the ones that I mentioned, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. And I'll be here next week again to give another top 5. Now, I was going to go see the Dracula Untold movie to give a review about it, but then I heard about the reviews about it and the comments, and I thought, fuck it, I'll wait until it comes out on DVD, and then I'll give a review about that. But if not, then too bad, I guess. Take care. See you all next time. We'll be here to give you more entertainment and more love. Bye.